Hi Freely Eat community. Today I'm going to be demoing a butternut soup. It is thick and smooth. I'm always looking for something quick that the whole family will enjoy and I can freely eat with my allergies. And this fits the bill. Let's get started. So I should note that what makes this soup quick is a little bit of prep beforehand, because these butternut are going to bake in the oven for about 2 hours. It depends though on your oven and your squash, how big they are and everything. So just until soft. I usually bake at 350 to 400. And I just start by cutting them in half or in quarters, lengthwise. These big ones are especially difficult to wrestle into pieces. But look at that, isn't that beautiful? Go ahead and remove all the seeds with a spoon. Then place your butternut on a silicone-lined sheet. The silicone always makes for easy cleanup. Now I'm going to be placing the butternut in the oven at 400 degrees. I'm going to do my first check after about an hour. Alright, so these beauties are now super soft and even starting to caramelize a bit. They've been in the oven for 2 hours. Now let's get our other ingredients. We have 3.5 cups of water, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, a teaspoon and 1/4 of salt, and 1/2 tablespoon or 1.5 teaspoons of maple syrup. Now you'll need 2 smaller cloves of garlic, or I have 1 fresh clove of garlic that I planted a couple months ago. It should have much more time to grow and harvest, but since I'm out of garlic, I went ahead and pulled that. So this is garlic, not an onion. I know it has greens on it just like an onion, but I don't want you to get confused. Please use 2 cloves of garlic. And you want to just briefly saute these before putting them in the blender. Alright, we've got some sauteed garlic. I just poured it in. Now I'm beginning to separate the flesh from the skin and pop it in. I'm going to continue doing this until we are about 6.5 to 7.5 cups, which will be a total of 3.5 to 4.5 cups of butternut squash. Butternut squash skin is completely edible. So I have put it in before, however, it gives the soup a slightly bitter taste, and it also makes the color not quite as bright yellow. It's like a little brownish. And the texture has little flakes in it instead of being entirely smooth. So in my opinion, it is better without the skin. And if this video is bringing you value, I would love it if you could subscribe and share with a friend. I also have a link below where we can connect. And I'd love to see what your needs are. If there's something in particular that you're looking for, just let me know, or comment it, or use the form in the link below if you like to connect directly. Alright, here we go. The last of our butternut, which brings us right up to 7 cups total, which is what I was intending to say. It needs to be between 7 and 8 cups for a total of 3.5 to 4 cups of butternut squash. All right, let's blend away. So just blend until it's smooth, and you can eat it straight from the blender. Depending upon the temperature of your water, if it was cold, you may need to heat it up a bit on the stove. You can also keep it on the stove to stay warm. And let's take a peek inside. I'm just gonna dust a tiny bit of nutmeg on top.